Hi, I'm Bevan Ginder, and welcome to an introduction into God's heart for the nations. We're so excited that God is lifting your eyes to look at the nations and stirring something in your heart regarding missions, and we would love to continue to walk with you as we discover more and more what the next steps might be for you. I am the founder of GlobalCAST Resources, but I'm also on staff with Youth with a Mission, or YWAM, and specifically I'm also serving with YWAM Frontier Missions, which is focused on disciple-making movements among unreached people groups. But I don't know if you're like us. We had a season in our journey where we are just learning more and more about God's love for us, and that He just is for us and not against us, and that we are His favorite son, favorite daughter. And those things are wonderful, good, but then there's a moment often where you start to realize, oh my goodness, He feels the same way about all of His 7.5 billion children, and the vast majority of them don't know this, don't know that He's God of love, don't know that He's in love with them. And so that often is the beginning of this journey of saying, how can I partner with God to help them know this, to seek and save the lost, and be a part of what God is up to in the nations as well. And so we are taking some time to just create these short video lessons answering missions questions. We start with the most important question, at least that's what we feel is the most important question, which is why missions? Trying to talk about the motivations for missions. But then we go on to other missions questions like where and how and who and when. And these are all great questions. But I don't know if you're like me, I love to learn. But I have been guilty of being someone who gets information and then actually doesn't turn around and actually apply it. It doesn't change my life. It's just information stuck in my head. And the world is so broken that we don't want to be disciples who just understand a lot. We want to be disciples who obey, learn a little bit and obey. So in these lessons, you'll see often at the end there is an application challenge or an action step. And we really encourage you to take that seriously. We don't want to just get a lot of information. We actually want to apply it. And one thing we can do is to actually find somebody and teach them what we've just learned, give away what we just received. And so this is a good step that will keep us from just getting knowledge in our brain that doesn't actually change our lives. But of course, it's totally fine to just be at the beginning of the journey where you have said, yes, here am I'm available, I'm willing, but then it's really not clear what the next steps are, what the implications of that are. That's totally normal. God loves to use ordinary people whose main qualification is actually, I'm willing, I'm available, here am I, even though they don't understand what that all means. So that's totally fine. God loves that, and there's just no pressure but to keep walking forward and taking the next step and the next step as it becomes clear. So I hope that these small lessons with their action steps will keep you moving forward. Look for opportunities to connect with others that are along this journey. And of course, we welcome any further questions and comments as you walk forward in understanding more and more of God's heart for the nations. God bless you.
Mentoring Missions Advocates. This is GlobalCASTresources.com.